this technically marks one of the final few episodes of the Zoe arc, and it kind of goes back to what I was saying a few weeks ago or previously. Like there's only a handful of arcs left. I should say a handful of episodes left in this arc ever since the year started. So I've been saying that, and sure enough, we got the, I guess, the go home episode of the arc. Which what I mean by that is we got the, I guess, because Jack's damage to Zunisha is like blowing the shit out of Zunisha's leg. It caused a lot of damage and it's caused a lot of rumbling and earthquakes. So Chopper said, "Listen, Luffy, can we put the mission going to Whole Cake Island on hold just to treat Zunisha?" And Luffy's like, "Of course, do it. Because if not for Zunisha, they could very well still be tangling with Jack." Now, that being said, though, and it does confirm, the preview kind of confirms this is the last episode of the Zoe arc, because if you notice in the preview, the official separation of the crew is happening, and if nothing else, I'm going to be straight out honest, this episode was for the casual fans, because it was kind of drawn out, especially when Nami saw the storm. This episode was reintroduced to the fact that enjoy this type of episode for what it is now, because we are not going to be seeing the crew together for a while, at least until Wano, and the Whole Cake Island arc is still going on in the manga, so it's going to be a while before we see Team Wano reunite with Team Whole Cake Island. So we know which Straw Hat's going with which. We know the separation is happening in the preview, because if you know, it's Luffy kind of dives off of Zunisha into the Sunny, and if you notice in the episode, Pedro and Wanda wanted to go with them because obviously they pay back their debt for the Straw Hats, not only uniting the mix together with Nakama, Mushi, and Yurashi, but also obviously return a favor for what happened with Jack. So, but if you notice at the end, Carrot kind of chips him, kind of, I guess, bribing Baratier. She wants to go with them, and she bribes Baratier with the 2 bananas. And another thing that preview kind of brings up as well is we're going to see the return of Vivi, and if nothing else, that means the revelry is close at hand, because we know each of the Royal Kingdoms, including Alabasta, are attending. So, and in the manga, that arc is taking place this year, so as well. So it's going to be cool to see Vivi. We get the separation in the next episode. One of the funniest moments of this episode is definitely when Zoro is trying to do a couple of stuff to help out with the patching up of Zoe, and Laura's like, "Don't go on your own because you'll get lost. So I'll use Shambles to put you where you need to be." So that was cool. That was funny as hell. The interaction, I'm going to miss the interaction with those two for a while, at least in the anime. But no, so since this kind of does mark the, I guess technically the final full episode of Zoe, yes, you can say the separation is going to happen in the next episode, but technically speaking, this is the last full version of the Zoe arc. Now, I don't know if we're going to enter a filler arc after next week's episode, or if it's heading straight into the 4 versus 4 Emperors arc. Maybe, and if that's the case, we got a new opening coming, because the opening we got was specifically for Zoe. As you've noticed, Zoe is it wasn't a very long arc in the manga. It's a very well based, condensed, well written arc. In the anime, well, my question is this: what did you think of the Zoe arc in the anime? Now, I know what a lot of manga readers are going to say. It was okay, but the pacing it kind of sucks, which it does. But let's be real. Compared to the pacing in Dressrosa, where a lot of people got arc fatigue after that, and so when Oda wrote this arc in the manga, he specifically designed it to make it as short as possible. But the amount of information, the amount of revelations we've been getting in this arc, in the anime and in the manga, makes it probably one of the best, if not the best, arc post time skip. That's without a doubt. But it also sets up a lot of revelations. For instance, the whole thing with the Vinsmokes, learning about Sanji's backstory for the first bit of it, at least for the first time in Zoe. We also got technically the reunion, even though Sanji was already left for Whole Cake Island. We technically got the crew reunited, so that was cool. After all those episodes in Dressrosa, we also we got the reveal about Rathel in this arc, which, let's be real, that's probably one of the most important chapters we have forgotten. Also signaling one of the most important episodes we got this year. So it looks like we're heading for Whole Cake Island sooner rather than later. But again, I don't know if there's going to be a filler arc in between. Probably. I hope so, because I don't want the pacing in the next arc to suck at all. If anything else, the next arc that follows is just as good. So if they need to pull a filler arc in between, do it. But like I said, we got Vivi in the preview. This episode, it was what it was. Compared to the previous two, wasn't as good, but I still appreciate it for what it was, because it technically signals the final episode that the crew's going to be together for a while. We know the crew that we did get to see on Dressrosa, which was Nami, Brook, and Chopper. They're going with Luffy. It looks like Carrot's going with them, and Pedro. So, it's an okay episode, but that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Put in the comments what you thought the best part of the Zoe arc in the anime was. In the manga, not, I don't know. You can't really compare the two because obviously the pacing, but anyway, if you enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel for One Piece, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.